I think that young love can be successful, coming from a young person with nothing but failed relationships. Now, I know that sounds a little contradictory, but let's get into why I feel that way. I am not a psychologist, I'm not a love expert, but I am a person with my own experiences and my own opinions, and I just want to talk about it. To hype up my credentials a little bit, I am a 21-year-old girl who's been in 3 relationships. One was high school. It was like 2 months. Wasn't really, you know the gist. My second one was when I was 18, fresh out of high school. That lasted a year. That was my first love, my first heartbreak, my first all of that. My second one ended when I was 20, about 9 months ago, and here I am today. So a past is a past, but I have a past, and I'm still a lover girl here to tell you today why I think young love can succeed. I am always hearing, and I'm sure you are too, young people shouldn't date, they shouldn't be tied down, they should just blah blah blah, young love never works, it's too hard, da da da. That's what I'm always hearing from like everybody, like people my age and especially older people trying to like warn us, you know. I'm talking about young love in this video, but my main focus is like that fresh out of high school, early teenage young love. Kind of like what I was in my first love situation. I have to admit, I'm a little biased, but I promise this doesn't take up all my reasons for feeling this way. I do come from young love. I come from 2 people who are still together to this day with a beautiful family who have been together since they were 19 years old. Okay? So it's definitely possible. I came from it. I'm still living it. But in no way, shape, or form am I trying to say like, oh, it's possible, it's beautiful, it's fairy tale. Because I'm sure that relationship was not easy. Having to grow with someone from when you're really young. They probably had to experience a lot of different versions of each other, different changes. I mean, I've heard some of it. I know it wasn't easy, and I don't think long-term relationships are going to be easy at all. Well, not at all, but I don't think they're going to be easy fairy tale like the movies, but I don't think that makes it not possible. So now I come from my perspective. I came out of my first relationship out of high school, failed, and another one out of that after. And I don't think it's about, oh, young people, young love can't succeed. I think it's about the people in the relationships. Let's get in. My first relationship ended. He broke it off with me. Basically came out to me about all these lies, yada, yada, yada. You don't deserve this. You could find someone better. I can't stop lying. I can't be a good person. That's how it ended. Which is a rightful reason when I look back at it, right? And I remember when this first happened to me, obviously, yes, someone is in the wrong for lying and being deceitful towards me. I forget that shit.
You bitch.
But I am able to look at it from a different perspective of not being so fresh and so victimized and see how, bitch, I wasn't ready either. So the lying and deceitfulness, 1, came from someone who wasn't being honest with themselves and therefore wasn't ready to be honest with me. And 2, also came from me not creating a very safe environment for honesty, even though that is all I pleaded that I wanted. But I was so different. When I was 18 years old in that relationship, I can definitely see my faults. I was not good at regulating my emotions. I've always been a super expressive person. I can tell you how I feel. I can tell you why you made me feel that way, blah, 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 blah. But as I've gotten older, I've realized, girl, there's a way you go about it. And how I went about it when I was 18 was not a good foundation for a long-term relationship. I would like yell or come at him, sometimes for reasonable reasons, but not all the time. And I feel like there's a way to regulate your emotions, and if you feel like you have to regulate your emotions that way and someone's always bringing that out of you, babe, you shouldn't be with them, okay? So it's like, yes, 18-year-old me deserved honesty, deserved gentleness, all that. But it's like the reactions and the not having emotional control, not having emotional regulation, that I wanted back was not creating a safe space in the relationship. I've always been a super nice girl, but I was not the nicest partner when I'm upset. Which I understand, everyone gets upset, blah, blah, blah. But when you get older and more mature, you have to learn there's a way with dealing with how you're upset. And it's not how I was dealing with it, right? While I was not responsible for someone lying and being deceitful to me, I would not want to be with someone who talked to me the way I used to talk to my 18-year-old partner either. And that relationship was rightfully so meant to part ways because I did not deserve someone who was love bombing me and lying and all that bullshit. But here's the catch. While I am more in control and mature about my feelings now, and hopefully that ex is more honest, there might be 18-year-olds who have better emotional control than I did and who are honest. Which is why people say, oh, young love doesn't last, young love this, young love that. But if there's an 18-year-old who acts like I act now, who is, I'm not perfect, don't, but who is more in control of their emotions and knows how to communicate to people properly, maybe they could form a long-term relationship. People always want to say it's about age, it's about age. It's not about age. There's 30-year-olds who still don't know how to communicate. Okay? There's people older than me who are more immature than me. Vice versa. It is not about age. I think the key to young love lasting is about where you are in life, in your journey. It's just about who you are. So me and my ex obviously were not ready for that type of commitment at a young age. But who's to say 2 18-year-olds right now aren't? I really feel like the key to young love succeeding is understanding that things are going to change. I bet my parents, who've been together for 32 years, are not the same as they were when they were 19. And I feel like that's the problem. A lot of people don't want things to change. I remember when I was 18, I was like, I feel like everything will be fine as long as like everything stays the same. Girl, and now as a 21-year-old, I know that is the last thing you want. People are supposed to grow and are supposed to change and are supposed to evolve and are supposed to be better. I don't want to be on no corny shit, but like, I feel like that's the whole point of life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to accept shitty changes. I'm not talking about that boy who stops opening the car door for you, or when he gets comfortable, he stops doing this, stops doing that. I went through that at 18. That's not the changes I'm talking about. I'm talking about you're going to get smarter. You're going to learn more. You're going to have different perspectives. And things are going to change. I think that is the hardest part of young love, but I feel like it's the key for it to succeed. And not even just young love. Even any long-term relationship, you are going to change. Or at least you're supposed to. I don't know. Yeah, I know in my community. A lot of y'all don't change, but that's a story for another video. I just feel like you have to have acceptance. Accept that things are going to change. And this is why I say it's not just about young love. I've heard this so much about couples who go through starting families. They are not going to change. A young 20-year-old girl versus a mom of a 5-year-old is probably going to be a little different, have a different perspective on life. She's a mom now. He's a dad now. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are going to change. That in itself is a change. It's not just you and your partner anymore. It's you, your partner, someone else whose life depends on you, who you guys kind of have to center. Not kind of have to center. But then you also have to maintain that relationship between each other. Keep that alive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like acceptance is what we need. Accepting that they're still going to be like the same person, you know, at the core, same qualities, whatever. But things are going to change. And to love someone through their changes, I feel like is real love. Pro tip for young people. Why am I talking like I'm not 21 years old? Date people you like. Date people you actually like. Not that you love, not that you're infatuated with. Date people you actually like. Lord, I have been through it with the relationship that ended 9 months ago. If you guys don't already know, you should know if you're on this channel. I aspire to be a creative. What I'm doing right now. I'm into social media, poetry, writing. I've done acting and modeling. All of that. I just want to be a creative. I was dating someone very, very insecure. Very someone cheated on me once before. I can't trust none of y'all. Da, da, da. I've never... Yeah. We had a conversation in the talking stage. Okay? Oh, so you do acting, so would you like play someone's boyfriend? I say, I don't know. Depends on the role. Maybe, maybe not. That's still how I feel to this day. He blows up on me, is like, I wouldn't want to do that. I would break up with you if you did that. Like, just was hella, like, not okay with it. Like, basically not okay with someone in the entertainment industry who might have to play a role or whatever. I was like, remember, this is in the talking stage. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you know my answer. You know my potential things I would do. You know I'm in this career. So if you choose to not date me because of that, that's not who you want your partner to be. I'm like, that's completely fine. Like, I think it's about dating someone who aligns with you. He still decided to date me. And I know what you're saying. I shouldn't have been dating someone like that, but, you know. I knew better too. I can't even lie. That was a constant problem in our relationship. Him making me feel like I'm a shitty person. Him convincing me I'm a bad person if I ever took a role like that. All my friends know a situation that came up when I had a modeling job and him acting crazy. But that's another story time that's gonna get me views on a different video.
You bitch.
Again, we had this conversation when he said he wasn't okay with that stuff in the talking stage. Why would you choose to date someone like that? You're not dating someone you like, someone you're compatible with, someone your values align with. You're just dating someone you're infatuated with, and later someone because you're in love with them. And let me tell you, that is not enough. That relationship also started, like we were both from California, but he ended up going to school in Arizona. Some people would never, ever, ever do a long distance relationship. And you know what? That's up to them. If they don't want to do a long distance relationship, don't date someone long distance. He told me that at the beginning too. And you know what I said? Okay, like I'm going to be long distance eventually. And that's what I did. So imagine me saying I'm okay with him moving away, us being long distance, and then when he actually moves, I'm furious, I'm mad at him, I don't understand why he actually moved. People will tell you who they are. It's up to you to decipher it. It's up to you to be real with yourself and decide, make your decision. So part of my pain in my last relationship was partially mine, because I could have left the relationship too. I eventually did. You already know. I remember when this nigga threatened me for this jacket. So that's another story.
Oh, look, nigga. Guess you're still single. Couldn't find another bitch to make your toes tingle.
So this video is supposed to be why young love can succeed, but I'm just pointing out a major character flaw I think I see in the young dating scene. Don't just date people you're attracted to, people you love. Date people you are compatible with. We are responsible for so much of our pain because of what we choose to ignore. And I can admit that. If you don't want to date someone who's a rapper, don't date a rapper. If you don't want to date someone who's in the military, don't date someone in the military. If you expect to be posted and shown off, don't date a guy who says, I don't post my partners like that because I'm just private. Bye. Like,
this is my dream house. It's Barbie's dream house. It's not Ken's dream house, right?
Right, as always.
You get the gist. I feel like acceptance is the key in this dating world. Accept. Take them rose-tinted glasses off and accept what is right in front of you. Okay? Also, acceptance of your past. Do not turn into one of those people like my ex. Do not turn into one of those, oh my God, like someone broke my heart before, so now I just know you can't trust anyone. You can't trust anything. That is going to get you into more shit, which definitely played out my last. When you feel that, when you feel all that pain and that hurt and that worry, sit in that, feel that feeling, embrace it, find out why you feel this way, but then figure out how to overcome it. Because the world is going to be so shitty for you if you forever have that outlook. You're going to ruin things that weren't even what you thought. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel like you can't trust. It's okay. But you eventually have to work through that feeling. It is not going to be fun feeling like you have to test everybody. You have to da-da-da-da. Why? And again, I'm saying that from someone who's had my trust broken, someone who's been abused, and I'm still here. And I'm still going to be a lover girl till the day I die. Because why would I let two losers control the rest of my life? The fuck are you talking about? Like, why? Just because someone used to abuse me, just because someone used to lie to me, why does that mean everyone's going to be abusive towards me? Everyone's going to lie to me. I'm honest. I'm not abusive. People like me and you exist, so why would you doubt that other people exist? Don't do that. Just know that everything that is meant for you, bitch, there is no way anything that is meant for you can be taken, can be interfered with, that you're gonna miss it. Never. Never, 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 never. So to all my young lovers out there, if you love someone, if something feels right, and if it really feels right, okay? Not the rose-tinted glasses, not the making excuses for people, not all that. If it feels right, if you are doing your best, they're doing their best, you're holding your standards, you're setting your boundaries, you're sticking to them, why wouldn't it succeed? Do not listen to the outside noise, okay? Do not listen to the outside noise. Accept that changes are going to happen. You might have to love different versions of people, date people you're actually compatible with, that you actually like, that you actually align with. And just realize that anything is possible with hard work. That sounds so corny. People always talk about it. But literally, look at yourself and look at the material. Look at who you're dating too, because that's important, okay? Even though I said I did not have good emotional control when I was younger, when I was in that relationship, when it got called out, trust me, I clocked it. Trust me, I clocked it when I saw how bad it hurt somebody I love. I clocked that shit, okay? And I was getting better, I was improving, I was working on my tone, and I wasn't getting any improvements back in return. So it was inevitable that that relationship was going to fail. There is no way a relationship can grow if you're growing and the other person's not. I always say 12-12, the number 3, the perfect number. You, the other person, and you guys together. That, I feel like, is the foundation. They really say you either grow together or grow apart. That shit is very real. In a nutshell, that's what happened in my first relationship. And I guess my second one too. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still just a girl with nothing but failed relationships. But these are my thoughts, okay? These are my thoughts. I've loved, I've been hurt, I've hurt other people, I've been in an abusive relationship, and none of that shit is gonna stop me from finding my soulmate, okay? Because the world is too cold, and it doesn't mean I have to be, or you have to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is like the second part of the stuff I want to do with my channel. Just talking videos, yapping. If you're from TikTok, you already know the drill. Along with my story times. I'm so glad I finally filmed one like this because, you know, I love to talk and just spread my knowledge or my thoughts or opinions, you know. Because I get a lot of nice feedback on TikTok. And people say I give really good advice. So, so I just try to, you know, share. Because why not? Let's definitely talk in the comments. Drop your thoughts. Drop parts you liked. Drop whatever. Guys, once again, please follow me on TikTok. Please follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Alicia Milan. I'm most active on TikTok. TikTok actually helped me pick my last story time. I be on live. I post almost daily, all of that. But I'm also trying to get really consistent on Instagram, so watch out. I just posted some pictures tonight. Actually, if you see the same fit, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching this whole video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!